This is the homework helper for Chapter 9, Section 2 in the 7th grade workbook, Perimeter and Circumference. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the top 3 questions here. The top 3 questions are asking me to find the perimeter of the polygon. So remember, perimeter is just the way for them to say add up all the sides of the shape. So as we take a look at number 2, you'll do the same thing in number 1 and 3. Again, you're just adding up all the sides. So I've got 17 plus 13, which is 30, plus 15, which makes 45. So it's 45 centimeters going around the triangle. Done. Do the same thing in 1, do the same thing in 3. Add up all the sides. Now in the second part here, they're asking you just to find the perimeter of the rectangle. Here they really want you to spend time using that formula, the 2L plus 2W, 2 lengths and 2 widths formula. It does not matter. I think that's just an extra thing to remember. It's the same thing that we did in 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to go through and I'm going to add up all the sides. That's how we get to the end game here. So if we're taking a look at question number 5, I've got 2 10s. So I've got 10 and 10, which is 20. And I've got 2 3.5s, 3.5, and 3.5 goes together to make 7. So that's 27 meters going around the shape. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at 7, 8, and 9. Now in 7, 8, and 9, they're having us find the circumference of the circle and using 3.14 or 22/7 for pi. Now we can go ahead and use 3.14 for all of the questions here. Want to make sure you notice here in 7 and 9, they've given you a diameter. So you're going to use the diameter formula there, pi times the diameter. But in number 8, they've given us a radius. So instead, you're going to use the 2 pi r formula for that one. 2 times pi times the radius. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and do number 7, where you're using pi times the diameter. The diameter is 6. Pi is 3.14. So we're just going to do 6 times 3.14 to find the distance around the shape. And when I do 6 times 3.14, 6 times 3.14 yields 18.84, and of course we're going to tag inches onto that because it's inches in the question. Now as we go ahead and take a look at the bottom here, in the bottom here you've got 3 different circle questions here using the formula for circumference that we just talked about, either one. And here they're going to tell you what they want you to use for pi, and in this all 3 cases that is 22/7. So we take a look at 10. It says a circular swimming pool is 21 feet in diameter. What is the circumference of the swimming pool? Use 22/7 for pi. All right, so we've got the diameter. The diameter is 21, and we're using 22/7 for pi. So I'm doing 21 times 22/7. Of course, the reason they use 22/7 is because we see we can reduce something here. That's always the time they're going to use 22/7. On the diagonal with the 21 and the 7, we can cancel 7 out of both of those. And that's going to give me 3 and 1. And then when I multiply across, I end up with 66 over 1, or 66 feet. So in other words here, when I have a pool that is 21 feet across, I would have to walk around it by covering 66 feet in distance. And you'll use a similar approach in solving questions 11 and 12.